Welcome back to episode 11. You know, last week was actually 10 and not 9. Not last week, but the last episode.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine then.
Yeah. Welcome back to episode 11 of the WAT podcast. I guess we'll get into it.
Okay, hold on. What's your topic?
My topic is Rihanna cancelled?
Oh, okay. All right, okay. Then I know I was making sure because if it's like something to do with my if it's my topic that you
Right. Okay.
Alright,
So yeah.
okay.
Basically, we'll get into that first.
Okay.
Is she cancelled? According to you?
Okay, you see the thing about cancel culture is sometimes it's very aggressive when it doesn't need to be I mean, let's say if we were famous because of this podcast, you know, and we made a mistake or we did something.
As if we haven't done that.
Yeah, exactly. We would we got called out, right? And but okay, and that's a perfect example, right? We made mistakes on our podcast, right? We said things that didn't go well or don't and we admitted to doing wrong, and we've grown and we've even adjusted our podcast. We've tried to be more. So there's always room for growth with people. Of course, that doesn't extend to people who are canceled. What's his name? The guy who was a pedophile, House of Cards.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Him getting canceled, him not getting roles. Fair enough. There's certain people who deserve to be canceled. With Rihanna, it's a very difficult thing. So first, she had that the Muslim thing in one of her shows, right? So I think it was a religious prayer or something that she used in one of her shows, and she was called out then, and then she changed it or something, and then she did it again with you talk about the Hindu.
Right. So there's two instances, right?
Okay.
People talk about either or, but
Yeah.
the one that made everyone whatever was the picture of herself covering her boobs, and then she has a Ganesha necklace there, and everyone was outraged, how do you do this? And
there was also another photo shoot.
And then and then the second one, which I don't think a lot of people have talked about, is her clothing line did a photo shoot in front of a Hindu temple, and the clothes that they were wearing was extreme. It was lingerie, basically, and the model's ass was out and everything. So obviously, okay, to me that is 100% offensive. I have a very high tolerance on where I draw the line on what can offend someone and what cannot, but I think that is fairly offensive. As someone, I know you're not a religious person, but as someone who is...
Oh, don't say that on a podcast.
Why not?
My mom listens to it.
Murtaza is extremely religious. But but as someone who is kind of religious, I feel if someone did that in front of my temple, I would be very offended.
No, in all fairness, even if I'm not the most religious person, but if someone did that in front of the mosque, I would be pretty offended too.
Yeah.
And that's what it's she was called out for it, and she made a correction, and then she just did it again.
So it has repeated. She is a repeated offender. Now, the thing that I saw that was very interesting was literally 2 days after she was this whole thing happened, and on social media, for literally that one day, all you saw was basically people calling her out. 2 days later on Twitter, I saw at least 5 or 6 posts gassing her up, hyping her up, being she was iconic, and she would they would post pictures of her old music videos and all that stuff like that. So and those are the tweets that went viral.
Okay, no, but every individual has a fan base where...
No, the thing is that timing was a little suspect.
No, but everyone has that. I still feel that happens to everyone. Everyone does something.
But the thing is, I haven't seen that for any other person.
You haven't seen Elon Musk tweets just gassing him
The
out?
thing is, Elon Musk has like actual fanboy nerds.
And so does Rihanna, man. People like the same way, like even with Beyonce, like if she did something, there would still be a whole like a group of people that would just gas her up because she's
Right.
Beyonce.
No, so that's my thing, right? You have like you have this outrage that she faced, and then 2 days later you have the people like all her fanboys trying to cover it up. I my like, is it intentional?
I mean, probably right.
If it
Like
is intentional, right, then those same people can't be offended when someone does to something, someone offends something that they care about. They shouldn't be, because then that's kind of like double standard, where you have, when one group is offended by something that your idol does, but then when someone else's idol does something that offends you, you go all out and attack the other person.
okay, but like that's what I mean. It's like cancel culture is always like pretty aggressive and sometimes like
Very selective.
yeah, not even selective. Like sometimes it's just hypocritical, like and it's really funny because we're talking about this because I've watched a few videos and like one video I really liked was a video by Anna Akana, and she did like cancel culture, and she had this clip about like Sarah Silverman and everyone, and they were talking about how sometimes even like Obama came out and he was talking about cancel culture, where it's more just like I'm calling you out, and the fact that I've called you out means I'm better than you, and that's the whole like it makes you feel good, like I've called out your wrongdoing and everything, and it's like you don't give how can I put this? It's just I still feel like sometimes like even when sometimes people get misguided, like for example religion, everyone has fanboys in religion, and so sometimes something offends them, but then they do something that you know like so it's so I feel like it just like you can't reduce it to such a simple term. Like when it comes to like our beliefs and how we apply them and the people we apply them to, it's just such a massive construct that it's very difficult to boil it down to just be like, okay, since you got mad at this, like you can't get mad at something else, because like that's even though that's how it should work and there should be, that's not how everything works.
Right.
Like
No,
it's
there's always going to
yeah,
be bias
yeah, there's
somewhere.
exactly like there will always be people who support certain things even though it's wrong, just because they're kind of ingrained. And Sarah Silverman was saying the same thing. So basically, like she said that when people get cancelled, right, like and you don't give them room, you don't create an environment where they can improve themselves. They go find an environment where they get accepted. So she was giving an example of a friend who like was like so he was in the KKK and everything, and the reason was like at some point in his life when he was like
Racist.
an outcast and everything, instead of giving him room to grow, right, they like shunned him. And when he felt like he had no room to grow anymore, or like he had no space to reconcile himself, he went and he there was someone who accepted him, and that was KKK. And like she's like now he's left, and he spent his last 15 years just devoting to like getting people out of hate groups and stuff like that. And she was like, okay, now if we suddenly bring up his past
Yeah.
and we say like let's cancel him, is it really fair? So like I said, like when it comes to cancel culture and everything, there's such a strong like it's just such a difficult concept to like boil it down to just a simple statement like can't get offended about this because you didn't get offended about this. So I do believe sometimes cancel culture is very aggressive, needlessly, but I also think it's because of people just wanting to sit there and like I've called you out, I've done my bit, I'm better than you because yeah, I just am. But we're all like pretty like horrible people. Like I mean, to be fair, Evan and like a con, like that was the problem with me, right? Like I was an asshole, but then like I also had like no environment to like every time I try to like better
Be
myself, yeah,
apologetic or
or yeah,
something.
yeah, better myself. It was just this image I had that wouldn't go away, and when I didn't have that, like the only option I had to was to keep being an asshole until I was given an environment where I could reform myself, which was Oshawa. So cancel culture can tell like sometimes when you just label someone like obviously there are people who deserve to be labeled like rapists, pedophiles. There's a group of category that deserve to be like
Labeled
labeled,
forever.
yeah. So those, excluding those, I still feel like a lot of people make mistakes and then they can grow. I mean, let's be fair. Like in Aga Khan, like in high school, like using the N word was like a common thing. Like everyone used the N word. Everyone was like, no, would call each other that, and like we never had that understanding. And if we went like we didn't have that understanding here, but then you go out and you learn that there's a stigma attached to it, what the word means, why you shouldn't say it, how it's a derogatory term, and then you just stop using it,
Yeah.
and that just indicates that we've grown as a person. So I believe like sometimes you have to give some people kind of the space, like call them out, you know, they show them that there's some consequences, but also give them the room to improve themselves, which I believe sometimes cancel culture doesn't give.
Right.
Yeah, but getting completely off track.
No,
On
that
your,
was actually like I love that. Yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah. I mean, apart from Rihanna, like she was told once, she did it again, she was called out again. Hopefully, she corrects her mistakes. You know, like
Where do you draw the line until this person cannot be
oh,
changed?
I guess if she keeps doing it and like she keeps capitalizing off other people's culture, kind of like offending them, even after being repeatedly
Like I
called
don't
out.
think I don't think it would be if it should have been just wearing normal clothes and like had the Ganesha thing on her.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone would care. But the fact that it was like literally a nude.
yeah. I mean, like I guess sometimes you don't also understand other people's culture. Maybe
That's kind of fucked up, man.
no, I know
I
it's
don't
fair. Like
understand.
even like okay, so I when the thing happened, I was like on Twitter and someone said like, maybe she isn't like when not about like her wearing the Ganesha, but when the photo shoot happened and the fashion show happened, she was like maybe she wasn't like actively involved in it and they just made a decision and she just wasn't as involved to be like okay no this is offensive, if that makes sense.
I
Like
don't think so.
no, I mean to be fair, yeah. Like even if she wasn't, the first time it happens, you take a step and you be like, okay, now whatever we do, that should not be included. But clearly that didn't happen, and then she herself was
Yeah.
participated in it. So I still feel like there's definitely she can correct her mistakes and apologize. And I mean, we also know that she's not really a bad person because like even when the farmer thing happened, like she was the first out of no.
I'm sorry. She made shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, that's true.
She's getting her due.
Yeah, she did. I
If you
actually
know
relate.
that, if someone knows that reference,
Yeah.
they are a true one. I did not like that song in high school, man. Fuck my life.
Oh no, we all know. Yeah, but well, like what I was saying. Wait, what was I saying?
She's not a bad person
Yeah, I
when
mean
she's
like
standing
when
up for the
like no,
farmers.
yeah, when no Bollywood supporters came out, right? Like she was the first one, and she got called out for that as well. Like tons of people like um politically connected people in India calling her out and telling her to stay out of her business and stuff. So I mean, I still feel like Rihanna isn't a bad person. Like she made a mistake. She made it.
The funny thing is, she called for this whole she
Yeah,
called out the Indian government for this whole thing, and then literally not that long after,
yeah.
it's kind of stupid
I
on her
mean,
part. Like how much at that point you're like, how much weight does your words carry? Like
yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, it happens. It just happens sometimes. Hopefully, she can correct her mistake. Yeah. I mean, at least she wasn't like doing like super crazy shit like throwing idols or something. Cause yeah, that would
Ooh.
yeah
I feel like that would have been the tipping point.
yeah. But
Like,
obviously, like no one would
yeah,
do
I
that.
don't know. Like, let's see now. The
So
funny thing is, like, I want to see what happens, like, when or if she drops her album.
yeah.
How many of those who criticize her will stand up if there is anything like bad
Yeah.
in the album or something like that.
Mm. Well, we'll see when her album comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if it does.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she hasn't released music for so long.
No,
Just
that's
like
why
that.
everyone's like release a fucking
Yeah.
album or something.
Yeah. So
But
everyone said the same thing about Daft Punk, and they just decided to
oh
quell
my
it because, yeah,
god.
mm, yeah, that's sad. But also, like, let's be honest. Were they really like?
They were producing so many songs. They did Daft Punk's like two. I'm not Daft Punk. Like what's his name? The Weeknd's like two songs.
Yeah, but like they weren't like actively like. Even when did the Weeknd's two songs like I've been listening to like I Feel Like Coming by Daft Punk and the Weeknd, like those are pretty old songs. Like they're not new.
They're like 3 years old.
Yeah, but like still like I feel like.
To be fair, after Random Access Memories, which was their last album,
Yeah.
they've only been doing singles.
No, they did the whole Tron soundtrack.
Right. No, but that was after. But Random Access Memories was.
No, it was before, and then Tron Legacy came out.
Okay.
And then they did the whole album, but that was the soundtrack for the movie.
Right. So, but they haven't been doing like whatever.
Yeah.
Like they've just been doing single or co-producing tracks by like other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck, man, that shit was sad. Even the announcement video was just like that was insane.
No, I've been waiting for a Daft Punk album for so long, and it's pretty sad. I'll never get to hear another one of their music.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never knew about Daft Punk actually until like 2 years ago, and then like I never listened to any of their music, and then like I listened to it like 2 or 3 years ago, and that's when like I just that year on the Spotify like whatever they were like my top listen album. I listened to Random Access Memories so much.
Damn. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. So for me, it was like when things came out like after 18 years, and I was like, but I just saw them 3 years. Where were they for 15 years? Oh my god, I didn't even know where they were for 15 years.
Oh my god, dude, that's kind of sad. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like for someone who has been listening to the music for like 10 years almost now, it is pretty sad.
Yeah. No, it's. I feel like when people retire and bands break up, like people are like, "Oh, why are you sad?" or whatever. But like, music and art means something to people.
In a different level, yeah.
Yeah. So like, if people break, I never get that on Twitter. Like even like when like pop stars or like when Mac Miller and Kobe Bryant and all these people die, and then there's always that horrible group on Twitter where it's like, why do you even care? Like you didn't even know them, but like, I still
or
feel
like
like
they didn't even know you.
Yeah, but I still feel like you can like. When Mac Miller's like I listen to Mac Miller's music because of Parth, and man, like some of his music really affected me. So when he died, that affected me as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's such a hard concept to grasp.
No, it's just that I don't know. I think it's like the people who haven't like experienced, the loss of like someone who they've really attached themselves to, don't quite get it. Like even when Avicii died, for like 2 days, I was like, no, not true, not. You can't be serious. Like this can't be real. And then like it slowly starts to sink in, and it really hits you.
Yeah, no, it does. It really does. Like you realize that you'll never hear like their music, you'll never like see them again, and like it might not be a close family member, but it's still someone who affected your life, who gave you comfort in some hard times. Because I know music has done that to me tons. Like I have artists who've been there just when I've had a bad time, and I have a connection to them. Yeah,
I agree.
All right, we can move on. I don't know how. It's only been 18 minutes. Wow. Okay. I thought it would be like 30, 35 minutes. I don't know why we're moving my back. Okay, so Spider-Man's teaser trailer, whatever came out.
The name.
The name came out.
The name reveal.
But I have there is a theory. So all are on the board. There are hexagons.
I haven't looked that close.
They're all over the thing. They're hexagons, and currently in WandaVision there are hexagons.
Wait! Are you going to spoil today's episode?
What do you mean?
Today's episode. Are you going to spoil it? Because I'm halfway through it.
No, I'm not going to spoil today's. Oh my god, I was so confused. Like episode. Okay, no, I haven't even watched today's episode.
Thank God.
So they're hexagons.
Yeah.
In WandaVision, they're hexagons.
Yeah.
In the hex, there is a multiverse. There was a multiverse edition where Pietro came from a whole other.
Yes.
Do you think that means that Spider-Man will have a multiverse?
No, there's a lot of people saying that it is.
Yeah. So that's a theory. Because like before it was just like the most common thing on that whiteboard is a hexagon. And
I've not noticed that.
Oh yeah.
I will notice
so
that.
Apparently theorists have been like that's kind of confirmation for because the hex is the first thing that
a
broke
lot of people were already had that even before, like when rumors are going on that what's his Andrew Garfield and whoever are going to be they're like, oh, okay, that's going to be,
multiverse. But then like Tom
level.
Holland was like, yeah, no one, there's no other Spider-Man and stuff.
To be honest, he is not the most credible person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If they have to give out something that massive from a script, I don't think they would give it to him.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's probably blacked out. I'm pretty sure they're like, he's not called in on the day that. That's actually very true. Like I remember when Endgame came out, he was like, "Yeah."
They give me a page after a page to
and like, everything else is blacked out and everything. Man, imagine just being. Man, Tom Holland is great. But imagine just being so bad at keeping secrets that they have to do all that.
They have to go a step above everything to just make sure that you don't say anything.
They don't send you to interviews alone. They send you with like
two other people
to like just
to make sure that you don't say anything.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. So that was the one theory that I just had.
Yeah, a lot of people had speculated that was going to be the case.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
So right now the multiverse universe is WandaVision, Spider-Man, and the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah. Also, you should probably put spoiler in case no one wants to know what. I mean, again, no one knows if this is true. This is just us theorizing.
Yeah.
But if you can just put a spoiler.
I mean, we spoiled WandaVision last time, so.
All right, okay.
It is what it is.
Second thing that I had was Gina Carano. So I actually had this topic for last week and then we didn't record. So apparently she's making her own films with Ben Shapiro.
I know, I saw that. I saw that. Literally, after she got fired, 3 days after she went to his podcast.
Yeah, like he apparently has like a movie thing or like he has something where like and they're funding her movies and everything.
No, she's co-producing them as well.
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's just the funniest move. Like, way to join up with the person who's memed the most on the internet. Like when Ben Shapiro first came out, like everyone was like, man, look at this guy.
He's so smart. He's so fucking smart. Yeah.
Like, and just because he said that one thing, like the Girl Scouts thing, like where in Girl Scouts is it, or like where in Boy Scouts is it written, like that only boys can join in. He's like in the name Boy Scouts, and I was like, damn man, this guy, he knows his shit.
Sometimes, see, the thing is, sometimes, the one in like 100 times, this guy talks sense.
Yeah.
But the other 99 times, he just talks quickly.
Yeah.
He just talks quickly.
He just talks quickly, yeah, no, that's true. And he says the dumbest shit ever. And like everyone, like Gina Carano thought like, she's making a statement like, if you won't accept me, I'll go to the people. You see, that's what I mean as well. Like, I guess but again, she wasn't willing to admit her mistakes, so. But it's kind of
I think people found out that she was a conservative way before. Like, I think when season 2 of Mandalorian was going on, and then like it.
Mm-hmm. Like even apparently she said like Pedro Pascal knew, and we both knew like we were on differing sides of politics, but we're also friends first. So, but yeah, like, and that was one of the cases where people just started supporting her, and like right wing love when someone is on their side, so they're like, come,
especially a celebrity.
Yeah, come onto our side, Well, and you see that's what I mean. Like sometimes you just get accepted into a group. Instead of thinking you're wrong, you just find a group that accepts you, so you never have to change your thinking.
Yeah, I think with politics it's much more different because it's very difficult to change.
Yeah, you kind of
your political ideal.
I still feel like you can.
It's it is possible, but it's so difficult.
But I'm pretty sure like politics has all like this complicated stuff where like funding also depends on who you side with and the relations you make. So it's kind of like you pick a side and then you build your network in that side. Because you can't play both sides of politics.
No, of course not.
But yeah, so she got her, and I laughed. Like the whole reaction was so funny when she's like, "I'm gonna go to Ben Shapiro," and everyone's like, "Bro, man, nobody gives a shit. Just go to."
Way to take your career from here to like all the way down, man.
Like you give people like a month or whatever, they'll probably forget about it. Everyone just forgets.
They'll forget like she was actually a person.
Yeah.
In like the whole Mandalorian thing.
Like, then you can come back, you do your whole But she's like, now I'm gonna go to Ben Shapiro, and everyone's like, just go, man. just makes you so much easier to forget. Like, if you want to become more forgettable, go to Ben Shapiro.
Just go to Ben Shapiro, yeah.
Because
literally he is like the most memed person.
Yeah, everyone like ignores him. Like at this point, like people put up the fake tweets with Ben Shapiro, or like I don't know what it is, but there's like this like. Oh my god, I don't know, but Charlie Kirk, the other right wing, but he
yeah,
and he has like this page and where he puts quotes. Okay, man, no one's gonna see this because it's on a podcast.
Okay, I guess on
But like
YouTube, well, I'll put up a.
okay, hold on. Let me find. Okay, I'll show it to you at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically they put quotes and everything, and it's like, if I hate gay rights so much, okay, how much? Why do I like sucking dick so much? Prove me wrong. And it's like stuff like that. And at this point, like, and some of them are so good that you can't tell. Like, even
If
though they're
it's actually,
ridiculous,
yeah.
you're just like, I don't know if that's actually true or not. They could possibly have said it.
Yeah. I
So-
think Ben Shapiro's funniest moment was when he was reading out the WAP WAP lyrics.
Ben Shapiro.
I
is
think
such-
that was the time he was memed the most.
Yeah. He honestly everything he does, he's just oh my god. Wasn't he the one who said like my wife likes it dry, like my wife's vagina has never been like wet.
Yes.
Oh my god. He's such a cartoon. Oh my god. Those memes were the funniest. Holy shit. Those were actually the funniest.
Because
memes.
everyone, so when he was like, "This is just atrocious," yeah,
Yeah.
everyone was memeing him underneath. They were
Yeah.
like, "Your wife probably never has never your dick is so
It's
small
small.
that your wife has never
Yeah.
it's never been wet down there."
Oh my god.
And then down there he replied to someone. It's like he replied to his own tweet. He's like, "If some of you are saying that like are making fun of my wife, but I can assure you my wife and I have such a healthy relationship," and everyone memed him on that one as well.
Oh, it's so funny. I think the funniest meme I saw was a picture of Mars, and it was like Ben Shapiro's like wife's vagina every time Ben Shapiro walks up. And I was like, oh my god, like Jesus Christ, like wow, that was incredible. Yeah. So, okay. So the third thing, and it's a really small thing, but Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead movie came out.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right, the Dave Batista
Yeah,
one.
the
Yeah,
Dave
yeah,
Batista one.
the trailer.
And it's just the dumbest thing I saw, and I had to mention it on the podcast. So, they're like produced this and this and this,
Yeah.
and they put Justice League and Man of Steel, and I was like, why would you put that? Like, why is that something that you put?
It's an accomplishment.
It's accomplishment to have like your movies fail so terribly.
Oh.
Okay, I guess Justice League, he wasn't really there, and Snyder cut is coming out.
That is the most scam thing I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life.
No, that's just so
Like
dumb.
DC are literally whoever is buying HBO Max just to watch Justice League the Snyder Cut is gonna get scammed so nicely. Imagine you watched the movie, you didn't like it, so they make the same movie but now with the original director and release it as a whole different thing
Movie.
with a different price and everything.
No,
Like
it's-
you're basically paying the same. You're basically paying to watch the same fucking movie, just with like 4 or 5 scenes more.
Yeah, no, it's really dumb. And like some character changes, like apparently Spiderman's suit is black now.
Superman suit.
Or Superman's suit is black now, and stuff like.
And
there's
the villain has
Yeah.
more CG.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like whatever. His face is like covered up or whatever.
Yeah, he looks a lot better. But like, there's this subreddit called Movie Circles Jerk, and my god, they're the funniest thing ever. Because like, there's this one shot in where the Joker looks like Jesus and everything.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, all the DC fanboys like jerking off to that. And they're like, oh, and it's just like, man, these people don't know, like, you can't jerk off to Jesus like that, and like it's people praying to him and everything. Yeah, no, Zack Snyder has a lot of fanboys as well, though.
No, but like I just think this is the biggest scam
No, it is.
on earth. Like
Honestly, what has Zack Snyder done that's so incredible?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm going to rip I'm going to watch the movie again. I'm gonna sit myself to the pain of watching it again.
You see, I can't do that, man. I couldn't even sit through Wonder Woman. I just couldn't. Like,
What part did you leave it at?
that start.
Okay, look. The race scene was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like the mall scene was
No,
I was already lost. I
Yeah.
just picked up my phone and started looking at
Yeah,
my phone.
like I just couldn't, like, I thought it would be like, something you put on the side when you work and stuff. But no, I was
couldn't even do
like,
that.
I looked up, like, so I watched the start, right? And then I started working and stuff, and then I was just so lost. I was like, it's fine, I don't need to watch it. And I'm pretty sure, like, if I till now have not watched Suicide, I'm not gonna watch Justice League. Again, I don't know. I've not seen Justice League either, actually.
Don't.
I've not seen Justice League.
Don't. My God. It is atrocious.
Yeah.
It is atrocious.
No, I was confusing Justice League for
Suicide Squad.
no, Batman versus Superman.
Even
I haven't
that is
wa-
atrocious.
No, I watched that one. But that was also disappointing. But I didn't watch Suicide Squad and Justice League. I didn't watch Justice League because I hated Batman versus Superman. Yeah. And that's why I always wonder what is so great about Zack Snyder. Like Watchmen, yeah, it was like it's a cult film and like, you know. But I don't know what other thing he's done that's so goddamn incredible.
Nothing.
That he's held in such high regard.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing, probably. But yeah, that's all the topics I have.
Just, I feel bad for like the people who are going to pay for the Zack Snyder cut. And everyone is like so excited, you know, like fucking yes, Zack Snyder cut finally. We get like a 3-hour long movie.
We get the movie that we were always meant to get.
Oh
not
my
that trash.
God.
Okay, but like we already discussed this in the last podcast, people spend their money on dumb shit.
The thing is, the bar is so low.
Yeah.
The bar is so low that any slight improvement will like be like, oh fuck yeah, the movie was great, like such an improvement from the last time.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. Like they'll be like, and
they'll be like, this was the Joker that we always wanted in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you guys don't understand it because you haven't read the comics. You know, there's this, it builds on this whole universe, then this like obscure little comic that they have, and they're like, yeah, you guys don't understand it. And probably such little people are gonna see it. Apart from that, you know, dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
That they're just gonna be like.
No, I think it's gonna be like the the hardcore DC people who will watch it.
Yeah, no, people always have like a circle jerk of people. Like, remember when Tenet came out and then everyone like people.
I still have to watch that movie. By the way.
Apparently it's super confusing. I haven't watched.
I mean, it is Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
obviously.
no, but like apparently it's like just dumb confusing. Like I am a very big fan of Christopher Nolan. Like I watched Interstellar is my favorite movie. I love it. But like, I didn't ever watch that film because I was just like, yeah, apparently it's just really bad and really confusing.
I see.
But like people from the US like went on a boat to the UK to see it or something. Like there was a story like that people like traveled all across on like the ocean and stuff just to go see the movie in cinemas because apparently it wasn't there and like it wasn't.
Yeah, because of the lockdown.
Yeah, so
theaters were closed. And
everyone has a circle group. Like
my God.
Yeah, people always do crazy ass shit. Okay, I have a question. If you had $20 right now,
is this the same lasagna question? Kind
no.
Okay,
hold on. If you had $20 right now, would you donate to the girl who put Gorilla Glue in her hair, or would you watch the Zack Snyder film? I'm gonna make it more interesting for you. You would have to watch it twice. If you pay for it, you have to watch the Zack Snyder film twice. Yeah. Because I feel like you can and like watch it, no touching your phone. Like sit down and
I have
watch
to
it.
sit down and watch it without any distractions.
Nothing. Yeah, like you would like you've gone to the cinema and you have to watch it.
You know, I'm going to do my good deed and just donate to this.
That's fair. I thought initially like it would be easier to say like I'll watch a 3-hour film and give like
fuck no, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even watch it one time. No matter what improvements he does to that movie, you can't improve the story. How do you improve the story?
No, I'm pretty sure they can't. Like for that you have to bring all the characters and do like tons of reshoots.
You have to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, it's really.
You have to like scrap the whole thing and start again. Shit was flawed from the first fucking thing. It was just garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. Everything about literally it was the most copy-pasted DC movie ever.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Where you have like this whole build-up and then at the end it's just fucking CGI fuckfest of like bajillion bad things and one main bad dude.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Isn't Marvel the same?
No, I know you were going to ask that, but it was not. Only Infinity War and Endgame were like that. Every other has not been like that.
Okay, yeah, but no, that's what I mean. It's like Justice League is the equivalent of Infinity War.
It is not.
How is it not? It's like, okay, just
Justice
because it's not
League
the first
is literally
one.
Okay, fine.
Just because it's not the first one.
Justice League is the same as Avengers 1. And Avengers 1 sure had that.
Exactly, it had the same thing. So what's the difference?
Okay, but the difference is, okay, let me tell you. The difference was in, let me explain to you. In Avengers, the first one, okay, everything happened to a point where you could actually see what is going on. Okay, in Justice League, the ending, I kid you not, the color grading was so bad, everything was pink. It was pink and orange.
Oh wow.
I'm not even joking. It was pink and orange.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why I haven't asked that question because I can't argue because I haven't seen Justice.
No, like I'm telling you, like the ending, like fine, you can compare it to like Avengers 1 and whatever, but you could not make any sense of it.
Yeah. And
because it was just pink. Who the fuck like edits the video like or movie in such a way that at the end product is pink in color?
No, that's fair. I think that's one good thing Marvel does is every time they have a gigantic fight with tons of like monsters and stuff.
You can make
because it's always in the day.
It's during the day.
Yeah, it's
okay,
never
like fine. Endgame. The main fight was kind of at night because everything was black or whatever. But you could still see.
Yeah, no, you could definitely understand who is fighting who, what they're fighting. Yeah, but like, yeah, I was thinking about it like Infinity War where there's just tons of bad guys, but because it was in the day and like the worst thing is in Marvel all the characters have like colorful suits and everything, and then in Justice League all of them are like dark colors. So when they're fighting monsters or aliens, they all look the same. But in Marvel, even if they're fighting tons of bad guys, you can always tell that's Captain America just because he has such a colorful costume. Like stands out.
The other thing is that every like hero in the Avengers, like the final scene, had a part to play. Had like 10 to 15, 5-ish minutes where they were doing something. Here it was a clusterfuck. Fucking like at one point what's his name, Flash has to go and rescue some civilians, so he he takes them all, right, and he tells them to go in a car, and he tells them to fuck off because something bad is gonna happen. Then while they're in the car, there's some electricity thing that's come. I get this shit so fucking. I like, even when I'm explaining it, it just sounds dumb. So he has to run and push the car himself. I don't know but it's something to do with that. Okay. Then at the same time, like you have all of them, they're all in one like building. Okay, first of all, their suits are all the same color. Like the most color is fucking Wonder Woman, who has blue and red. Batman is black. Superman, I think he had a okay, yeah, he had a blue, but like his blue is almost black. It's very dark.
It's a very it's a very dark shade of like the bright colors.
Yeah. And then you have Cyborg, who is like also shiny but whatever. And like now your whole movie is pink. And it's not like each hero has like a specific moment where they get to shine or do something like that. No. They just have like one big montage of like them, everyone is just fighting something or the other, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. The whole time I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Even like the actors, they just didn't give a shit.
No,
they did not give a shit.
No, it's very evident that like Ben Affleck, it was just done. It
was just done. Yeah. The whole movie, he had a resting bitch face.
Yeah, he really hated it. Yeah, like from the start, like from the point they started marketing even Batman vs Superman, and he just looked like he didn't care about the movie, even though
Batman vs Superman, he actually, like people say, he carried the film. No. But fuck, man, he gave up in this one.
No, you're pretty sure.
He was done with it. The West was a cyborg, dude. I feel bad for him.
Why?
Because they fucked up his thing so bad.
What do you mean they fucked up his
thing? So his CG was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
In what sense? Like
it just felt unnatural. Like sure, it's cyborg, half human, half robot. It's supposed to look, but it didn't look.
No, it didn't look realistic. It's like the same way like Iron Man looks.
Yeah, the suit looks pretty like realistic and whatever. Yeah. This guy and the way they CG'd it, right? His fucking thing is always shining, no matter what time of day it is, where the light is coming from. It's just shining. It's just shiny. Like half of his body with a human part will be normal, like properly lit. The other half is just shiny. It's like someone put a flashlight straight in front of you on that.
I can imagine like someone in that room being like, just make it all shiny. No one gives a shit.
Fucking
And then there are like 10,000 YouTube videos analyzing why this shouldn't be shiny, why the light is here. Because there's so many videos like that where they just like the light was coming in from this side, the reflection didn't match. Have you never seen those?
Yeah, I
videos?
have. I
Yeah,
have.
they're
The
just
the
crazy.
experts analyze
Yeah.
CG.
It's
Those
just
yeah, I've seen those. Those are actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, that was pretty fun.
But yeah, I think we can
Yeah,
end.
we'll end it on that.
Yeah. Thank you for
I don't have a dumb
listening.
question of the week.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention for all our Kenyan listeners, Spotify is now in Kenya, and if you get the individual plan is 300 shillings, but the family plan is 500 shillings, 489 to be exact, and you can have 6 accounts on it. And our podcast is available on Spotify.
Oh, wow. Yeah. For the longest time, I was like, okay, we're just giving a free shout out to Spotify. What is going on?
So if you pay for Spotify Premium, you can listen to our podcast, or if you just download Spotify for free, you can listen to our podcast on Spotify. Yes.
All right. Now that was a good one. All right. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.